In today's floral drawing tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how to draw the carnation. These flowers are synonymous with Mother's Day, so follow along if you'd like to add one to a card for mom, or if you'd just like to be able to draw this beautiful flower. So I am starting with paper. Good quality paper is so important, so get something that's for sketching or that's an artist sketchbook. You'll also want a pencil and eraser, and then an artist pen. And as far as artist pens go, I like the Pigma Microns and the Molotos. Both of them come in different nib sizes, and I just happen to have the 01 here of each, and that's quite a small nib, which is nice for details. So let's get started. To draw the carnation, I start by marking out where the flowers will be. And I do these sort of upside down triangle shapes for any flower that will be in kind of a side profile, and then circles will mark where there will be any like sort of large blooming flower. So you can do as many as you want, upside down triangles and circles. I'm going to do one sort of full flower and two smaller ones, and then you can mark in the stems, joining them all together. You can go right through the flowers that fall in front, that way you don't have these funny stems that look kind of like they don't connect, you know what I mean? And carnations always seem to have some buds, so you might put a few buds in there as well and just kind of work out the stems and make sure everything is connecting and all of that. But this is just your map for drawing the flower. This is just the under sketch, just making sure you kind of have a plan. So this is so important so that you don't get overwhelmed by the process. Now carnations also have a large sepal. I think that's what this is called, the part that is the leaves that lead up to the petals or the blossom. So we're gonna add these large areas right at the top of the stem where it joins the flower. So we'll add those. We'll also sort of just color in the buds so we know what they are. The bottom of the sepal would just be peeking out from underneath this big blossom. And then carnations, the leaves couldn't be easier. They're really, really thin. So you can just sort of draw a curved line and make it slightly thicker than just a line. And that's it. And I'm just gonna get rid of some of my messy sketchiness, and then we'll start going over everything in pen. Actually, that's wrong. Then we're gonna start drawing in the petals. So for this first one here, we're sort of in a profile. Just start with one petal in the front and then two peeking out the sides, and then you're gonna do another couple in behind it. And then, because these petals are so ruffled, we just add a jagged edge along the top, and it's really just this sketchy, scribbly line. So let's do it again over here. Start with one petal in the front and then add a couple more in behind, either 3 or 4, and then in behind those ones you'll do the tops of other petals. Once you've mapped out where the petals go, you can add that ruffled jagged edge on the top, and you can also perfect that once you go in with your pen. Now for the larger flower, we're going to do a circle in the middle. So we're still just mapping everything out, and then another circle around that one. And then you can kind of see, okay, maybe one more takes us to the outer edge. So start with the largest circles in the middle and go out from there. And then you're going to do these rows and rows of petals. Just forget the very center for now, leave that alone. And you can see here, I'm filling in these lines with these rows of petals, and you can do the jagged edge at this point or wait until later. I do sort of a half semicircle along the bottom, leave the top. It looks more natural, like the flower is coming towards you. And then for the middle looks complicated, but it's not. You're going to do an S shape and a bunch of squiggly lines, okay? Just squiggly lines, don't overthink it. And then you make them all jagged. But I'm really going to do that work in pen, so we'll talk about that when we get there. Now I'm using my Pigma Micron, the 01 nib, and I'm starting to go over everything, just kind of doing a contour drawing, which is a line drawing, and I'm just going over everything. I'm going to make the stems and the leaves and the buds much darker, so that's kind of where I'm starting, and I want to go over all of it. You can see here when I do the petals, I take a little more time and really, think about the shape of them. Some of them are unfurling and they're going off in one direction and then another, and the tops are very, very jagged, and they can be very, very perfectly imperfect. So have fun with those. And then the sepal is sort of a scalloped edge, so we'll add that in, and we'll do another one here so you can really see the sides of the petals are quite smooth, but then you add that ruffled bit along the top, and that's really, I think, what makes it look like the carnation. And the petals are all quite close, they're very dense and layered, and so we just add more and more in behind, and then a bit of a scalloped edge at the top there on the sepal. Okay, so now let's talk about this. So where you did that squiggly S curve, you're going to go over it and just make the line very, very jagged and ruffled, and then start drawing a couple petals out going around in a circle, and then of course you're back to your map that you already drew, and you're just going over those ones, so you don't even have to think about it. Just use the pencil guide and have fun. You know, change it up a little if you want. Like I said, one petal can be going this way and that, and make it look natural, i.e. make mistakes, it's okay. And then I'm going to erase all my pencil marks because there's way too many of them. I'm a bit of a messy sketcher, and that's okay. We'll get rid of all the eraser dust, and now you can see we have this really simple contour drawing. And you can stop there if you want. This is the carnation, that's how you draw it. Maybe add some details to that bud. But I like to add a lot of line shading, and the first thing I'm going to do is darken all of the sepals and the stems and the buds and the leaves, because that'll add a nice contrast between the blossoms, which would be red or pink or white, and the rest of the flower that would be green. So in black and white, that's how I'm going to achieve that contrast. But you might not do this if you were going to color the drawing in. So you can see I'm coloring everything in with lines. Instead of going really, really heavy in pen and making it black, that might look a little childish or heavy-handed, but just adding these sketchy lines, it just gives the drawing a little more life, and it's much easier to do actually. And then we're going to add, now you could also stop at this point, but I'm going to add some line shading to the petals, and I just do a few lines on the bottom of each one, a few lines in behind where the petals meet, and then lots of little lines along the top of each petal, because that's where those petals are really ruffled and jagged, is along the top, and those little lines are going to help to convey that, to make those petals look even more ruffled, ragged. So along the top, along the bottom, and then in behind where the petals touch. So you're showing the shape of the petals, the ruffle, and you're also showing the shading, the fact that, you know, behind one petal there might be a little shadow. And then on this full flower here, I'm just doing line shading on each petal at the bottom, or the part that's showing, and along the top. And of course, those lines all flow out from the center, so you're drawing them always in the direction the petal is going, kind of like the hands of a clock. And I think that's pretty intuitive. And this looks like it might be complicated, but it's so not. And now I'm just kind of going back and forth. Where do I need a little more shading? Where can I use a few more lines? And it just really, I think, brings the drawing to life. And that's what it looks like when it's all done. I thought carnations were going to be really difficult when they were requested, but I had so much fun drawing them. And I actually did this one as my practice, these cheerful flowers, happy flowers, I guess you could say. I need to add one more to this. I'm not sure what to add, but I'll post it on Instagram when I finish it. And I did these carnations, the top two are sort of a variegated, those ones that are white, and then they have a red border along each petal. So I just did that by darkening the line shading a little bit more. Well, that's everything for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications, and I will see you soon with a new tutorial.